Star Wars 4, A New Hope, 1977, and Star Wars V, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, forever changed the landscape of cinema, introducing iconic characters that became legends. But after 47 years, where are the stars of these groundbreaking films now? From Mark Hamill's journey as Luke Skywalker to Carrie Fisher's unforgettable portrayal of Princess Leia, the cast has faced both triumphs and tragedies. Join us as we explore the lives of the Star Wars cast in 2025, revealing where they are today and the incredible journeys they've experienced since the saga began. Carrie Fisher played Princess Leia Organa in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977, at the age of 19, becoming an enduring symbol of strength and resilience. Leia was a leader of the Rebel Alliance, known for her intelligence, bravery, and sharp wit, and Fisher's portrayal solidified her place in cinematic history. However, Fisher's personal life was marked by turmoil. Her brief marriage to musician Paul Simon in the 1980s was filled with highs and lows, ultimately ending in divorce. She also faced a long battle with drug addiction and bipolar disorder, with public struggles that she later candidly shared in her books and interviews. Despite these challenges, Fisher found stability in her daughter, Billie Lourd, though she continued to face mental health issues. On December 27, 2016, she tragically passed away at 60 after suffering a heart attack, a loss made even more poignant by the death of her mother, Debbie Reynolds, the following day. Alec Guinness portrayed the wise and noble Jedi Master Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977, at the age of 63. Known for his calm demeanor and mentorship to Luke Skywalker, Guinness brought a sense of dignity and gravitas to the role. Before Star Wars, Guinness was already an Oscar-winning actor, recognized for his roles in classics like The Bridge on the River Kwai. However, his life was far from easy. Guinness married Marilla Solomon in 1938, and their relationship, while enduring, faced significant struggles, including rumors of infidelities and personal difficulties. The couple suffered the loss of their only son, Matthew, in a tragic accident, a blow from which they never truly recovered. In his later years, Guinness dealt with serious health issues, including liver cancer, and his discontent with Star Wars fame overshadowed his later career. He passed away on August 5, 2000, at the age of 86, with his wife dying shortly after, marking a quiet and sorrowful end to a legendary career. Peter Cushing portrayed Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977, at the age of 63, playing a calculating and ruthless Imperial officer who oversaw the Death Star. Cushing was already a distinguished actor, particularly known for his work in Hammer horror films, but his personal life was riddled with sorrow. His wife, actress Helen Beck, was the love of his life, but tragically, she passed away in 1971 from emphysema, leaving Cushing devastated. His grief led to a life of solitude, and he never remarried. Despite the public persona of a confident actor, Cushing's later years were marked by profound loneliness and a withdrawal from social life. Diagnosed with prostate cancer in the 1980s, Cushing's health declined, and he passed away on August 11, 1994, at the age of 81. His death was a somber end to a brilliant career, and his legacy was deeply affected by the personal heartbreak he endured in the latter part of his life. Kenny Baker began filming Star Wars in 1976 at the age of 42, bringing the beloved droid R2-D2 to life with his resourceful and brave personality. R2-D2 became a symbol of loyalty and courage, saving his friends from danger time and again. Despite his iconic role, Baker faced a difficult career, as his height of 3 feet 8 inches often led to typecasting in roles that were limiting and offered little respect. In his personal life, Baker married Eileen Baker, but the couple could not have children, which added strain to their relationship. He also struggled with respiratory illnesses throughout his life, and the later years brought financial hardships due to his limited work opportunities. After battling illness for a long time, Baker passed away on August 13, 2016, at the age of 81. His legacy as R2-D2 endures, But his life behind the scenes was marked by personal and financial struggles that many never saw. Peter Mayhew's portrayal of Chewbacca began in 1976 when he was 32 years old, bringing to life the fierce and loyal Wookiee. Known for his towering 7-foot 3-inch frame, Mayhew became an iconic figure in the Star Wars franchise, with Chewbacca's deep bond with Han Solo becoming one of the series' most beloved elements. However, Mayhew's career was overshadowed by the physical toll of his height, which caused severe joint and spinal issues. Despite his fame, he faced ongoing struggles with depression and often felt typecast. Mayhew married Angie Luker in 1999, and they had 3 children, but his health challenges and constant travel for conventions placed a strain on their family life. The financial pressures of his medical needs and career struggles followed him into his later years. He passed away from a heart attack on April 30, 2019, at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy of strength and kindness that touched fans worldwide but was marred by personal battles and isolation. Phil Brown portrayed Uncle Owen in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 61. Uncle Owen is a hardworking, protective farmer who takes on the responsibility of raising Luke Skywalker and shielding him from the harsh realities of the galaxy. Brown's career, though filled with various television and film roles, was overshadowed by personal struggles, including being blacklisted during the McCarthy era, which forced him to relocate to England. His marriage to actress Ginny Wolfe was marked by financial instability, and they had 2 children, but the family life was fraught with tensions. Brown battled arthritis in his later years, which limited his ability to work. He spent his final years in poor health and seclusion. He passed away on February 9, 2006, at the age of 89 due to pneumonia, leaving behind a legacy tinged with the sadness of unfulfilled potential and personal loss. David Prowse began filming Star Wars in 1976 at the age of 41, embodying the terrifying and tragic figure of Darth Vader. While his imposing presence was central to the character, the decision to replace his voice with James Earl Jones's left Prowse feeling sidelined and bitter. Despite being one of the most iconic villains in film history, Prowse's career was marked by limited recognition and resentment over his lack of credit for the character's voice. Personally, he married Norma Scammell and had 3 children, but his long absences due to filming and his emotional struggles created tension within the family. Prowse faced further heartbreak when his son suffered a life-changing accident. In his later years, Prowse was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, which left him frail and isolated. He passed away on November 28, 2020, at the age of 85 after a brief illness. Shelagh Fraser played Aunt Beru in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 57. Aunt Beru is a kind, nurturing figure, offering Luke Skywalker love and support, even as her husband, Owen, tries to protect Luke from his true heritage. Fraser's acting career included roles in both television and theater, but she often found herself cast in small parts, which led to frustration. She never married and remained deeply affected by an engagement that ended in heartbreak during her youth. Throughout her life, Fraser struggled with loneliness, depression, and the unexpected death of her younger sister. Her health gradually declined in the late 1990s, and after a prolonged illness, she passed away on August 29, 2000, at the age of 79, leaving behind a career marked by what could have been and a personal life filled with unhealed wounds. Jack Purvis played Chief Jawa in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 40. Chief Jawa is a crafty, resourceful leader of the scavenger tribe, and Purvis's role became iconic among fans of the franchise. Though Purvis enjoyed a career in fantasy and sci-fi films, his life was marked by deep personal tragedy. He married actress Judy Purvis, and together they had 2 daughters, but their world was shattered when one of their children tragically passed away from an illness. In 1991, Purvis suffered a devastating accident while working on his car, which left him quadriplegic and severely limited his ability to perform. His accident led to a downward spiral, with Purvis sinking into depression and struggles with his new physical limitations. Despite the care of his wife, Purvis never recovered his former zest for life, and he passed away on November 11, 1997, at the age of 60 from complications related to his paralysis. Alex McCrindle portrayed General Dodonna in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, beginning his role in 1976 at the age of 65. General Dodonna is a calm and strategic leader of the Rebel Alliance, known for his key role in planning the attack on the Death Star. McCrindle's career spanned both theater and television, though he often struggled financially. He married actress Marianne Ross in 1947, and they had 2 daughters. However, their marriage was fraught with difficulties, including McCrindle's long absences and eventual divorce in 1971. In his later years, he lived a somewhat isolated life, battling depression and health problems, particularly heart disease. He passed away on April 20, 1990, at the age of 78, from complications related to his heart condition, leaving behind a legacy of small but impactful roles in both stage and screen. William Hootkins, who portrayed Red 6, Porkins, in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, began filming in 1976 at 28 years old. Porkins was a brave pilot who sacrificed his life during the Battle of Yavin. Hootkins had a diverse career in film and television, with roles in Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981, and Batman, 1989, but he faced constant criticism for his weight, which affected both his self-esteem and his career. His personal life was equally challenging. He married actress Carol Klein in 1997, but their relationship was strained, and they had no children. In the early 2000s, Hootkins was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which led to a painful and prolonged battle with the disease. Despite seeking treatment, his health deteriorated, and he passed away on October 23, 2005, at the age of 57, leaving behind a career full of memorable roles but a life overshadowed by personal and health struggles. Michael Sheard played Admiral Ozzel in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 41. His portrayal of the overconfident Imperial officer whose blunders led to his demise at the hands of Darth Vader became a classic moment in the franchise. Sheard's career included roles in numerous films and TV shows, but he often struggled with being pigeonholed as the villain. His personal life was complicated, having been married to actress Rosalind Moyer and having 3 children, but the pressure of his career left little room for happiness at home, and the couple eventually divorced. Later in life, Sheard fought a losing battle against cancer, and his health rapidly declined. He passed away on August 31, 2005, at the age of 67, after a long and painful struggle with the disease, leaving behind a legacy of both professional success and personal sorrow. Jeremy Bulloch portrayed the iconic Boba Fett in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 when he was 34 years old. Known for his quiet, enigmatic presence and the unforgettable Mandalorian armor, Boba Fett became a fan favorite despite limited screen time. Bulloch's career saw success, but he struggled with being typecast in smaller roles. Married to Maureen, with whom he had 3 children, Bulloch's personal life wasn't without its challenges. His family endured private losses, and the emotional toll was evident. As he grew older, Bulloch was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which affected his quality of life, and he faced the slow deterioration of his body. Bulloch passed away on December 17, 2020, at the age of 75, after battling complications from Parkinson's disease, marking the end of a life full of personal and professional struggles. John Hollis took on the role of Lobot in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 52. As Lando Calrissian's loyal, cybernetically enhanced aide, Lobot's stoic nature and memorable look left a lasting impression. Despite a steady acting career, Hollis faced many challenges, including being typecast and experiencing long periods of unemployment. His personal life was equally tumultuous, marked by a painful divorce early on and no children, leaving him to navigate life alone. Friends described him as deeply affected by his past and increasingly isolated in his later years. Hollis's health declined in the years leading up to his death, and he passed away on October 18, 2005, at the age of 77, after battling health complications for some time, leaving behind a legacy of largely overlooked but impactful roles. Michael Culver, who played Captain Nita in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, at the age of 42, portrayed a loyal but tragically flawed Imperial officer. Nita's ill-fated attempt to apologize to Darth Vader after losing the Millennium Falcon led to his ultimate demise, marking him as a character defined by duty, but undone by his own mistakes. Culver's career spanned a wide array of film and television roles, with performances in The Elephant Man and The Shining. However, his personal life was far from smooth. His marriage to actress Rachel Herbert ended in a bitter divorce, leaving him to raise their son on his own. The loneliness and isolation took a toll on Culver, and he struggled with bouts of depression, facing the harsh realities of life beyond the spotlight. In his later years, Culver faced a prolonged illness, and on February 27, 2024, at 85, he passed away, his life a blend of professional achievement and personal pain. Bruce Boa, who portrayed General Reekin in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, was 50 years old when he took on the role of the strategic leader of the Rebel Alliance. Reekin's calm demeanor and wisdom were vital to the defense of Echo Base on Hoth, yet Boa's life behind the scenes was filled with personal hardships. Despite a prolific career, with significant roles in Full Metal Jacket and The Living Daylights, his personal life was tragic. His first marriage ended in divorce, and though his second marriage seemed stable, it too faced strains. Boa's greatest personal sorrow was the untimely death of his daughter, which shattered him emotionally. Later, his health began to fail, and after battling cancer, he passed away on April 17, 2004, at the age of 73. His death marked the end of a career filled with strong supporting roles but overshadowed by personal losses that seemed to follow him through much of his life. Christopher Malcolm, who played Zev Sineska, Rogue 2, in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, was 34 years old when he joined the cast. Zev's bravery during the Battle of Hoth marked his character as one of selfless dedication, yet Malcolm's personal journey was fraught with sorrow. After a career that included roles in The Dark Crystal and The Bill, his personal life became a series of emotional struggles. His first marriage ended in divorce, and although his second marriage started with promise, it too faced significant challenges. A devastating blow came when his mother passed away unexpectedly, leaving Malcolm to grapple with profound grief. Later diagnosed with cancer, his health rapidly deteriorated, and he passed away on February 15, 2014, at the age of 67. Malcolm's passing was a quiet and tragic end to a life filled with both professional success and personal sorrow. Mark Hamill, who began playing Luke Skywalker in Star Wars in 1976 at the age of 25, was thrust into the global spotlight as the face of one of cinema's most iconic heroes. His portrayal of Luke, a courageous young Jedi, captured the hearts of millions, but the fame that came with it also trapped him in a cycle of typecasting. Hamill struggled to escape the shadow of Luke Skywalker, finding it difficult to land major roles outside of the franchise. His personal life, however, offered some stability with his marriage to Mary Lou York in 1978, which endured through the challenges of his fame, but not without its own struggles. Despite having 3 children and maintaining a strong family life, Hamill's internal battles with self-doubt and the pressures of stardom weighed heavily on him. As of 2025, Hamill, now 73, continues to act but remains haunted by the lingering identity of the Jedi, often feeling trapped by his past while still seeking new opportunities to break free. Anthony Daniels, who portrayed C-3PO in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 31, became iconic for playing the neurotic protocol droid fluent in 6 million forms of communication. While the character's humor and loyalty made C-3PO beloved by fans, Daniels faced significant challenges behind the scenes. The physical toll of wearing the heavy, restrictive costume led to long-lasting health issues, including exhaustion, claustrophobia, and even joint pain. Daniel's marriage, which produced 2 children, ended in divorce, with his demanding career driving a wedge between him and his family. His fame as C-3PO, while rewarding professionally, left him emotionally isolated, and he struggled with depression and the sense of being pigeonholed in a single role. At 78, Daniels remains involved in the Star Wars franchise but continues to carry the scars of his troubled personal life and the toll his career took on his well-being. Harrison Ford, who brought the beloved Han Solo to life in Star Wars in 1976 at the age of 34, became an iconic figure, known for his sharp wit and roguish charm. While Han Solo catapulted Ford to global fame, his career was constantly plagued by his struggle to be recognized for more than his swashbuckling characters. Ford's personal life mirrored this conflict. His first marriage to Mary Marquardt ended in divorce, followed by another marriage to screenwriter Melissa Matheson that also ended in separation. Ford's emotional struggles were compounded by a series of near-fatal accidents, including a plane crash in 2015 that left him severely injured. Despite the fame and wealth, Ford's life was marked by a sense of isolation and a deep desire for peace. Now 82 years old in 2025, Ford continues to work but remains a figure defined by both his legendary roles and the personal demons that continue to challenge him. Denis Lawson, who played Wedge Antilles in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 30, was known for portraying a skilled and courageous rebel pilot. His career was marked by notable roles, but Lawson grew increasingly frustrated with the typecasting that came with his Star Wars fame. Despite his talent, he was unable to escape the shadow of Wedge, and this led to deep frustration and regret over missed opportunities. Lawson's personal life mirrored the struggles of his career. His marriage to actress Sheila Ball ended in divorce, and their 2 children were caught in the emotional fallout. He also struggled with the pressure of being known for just one role, which affected his mental well-being. Now 77, Lawson lives quietly, still grappling with feelings of unfulfillment and regret about both his career and the breakdown of his family life, opting for a life away from the public eye. Garrick Hagon, who played Biggs Darklighter in Star Wars in 1977 at the age of 38, portrayed a loyal and courageous rebel pilot. His career, however, never reached the heights he had hoped for, leaving him feeling overshadowed by his role in Star Wars. Despite his talent, Hagon struggled with being pigeonholed into supporting roles, and this dissatisfaction plagued him for much of his life. Hagon's personal life was no less tumultuous. His first marriage ended in a painful divorce, and his second marriage was marked by emotional distance and tension. The sudden death of his second wife devastated Hagon, leaving him heartbroken and emotionally adrift. Now 85, Hagon lives a quiet, reclusive life, burdened by the regrets and emotional scars of his personal and professional struggles, far removed from the spotlight. Dee Williams, who portrayed the charismatic Lando Calrissian in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, began filming in 1979 at the age of 42. Lando's smooth-talking persona and eventual redemption earned him a beloved place in Star Wars lore, but Williams' own career faced ups and downs in the years following. Despite his status as a fan favorite, Williams found it difficult to land leading roles, and he struggled to find his place in Hollywood. His personal life mirrored this instability. His first marriage to actress Audrey Sellers ended in divorce, and his second marriage to Teruko Nakagami also faltered. He had 2 children but faced the emotional toll of broken relationships and professional setbacks. His struggle with alcoholism further complicated his personal life and career. Now at 87, Williams lives quietly, with the spotlight no longer on him. While his contributions to pop culture are widely recognized, Williams' life is bittersweet, marked by unfulfilled expectations and the emotional scars of past battles, both personal and professional. Jack Klaff, who played Red 4 John D. in Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, began filming the iconic role in 1976 at the age of 25. His character, Red 4, was a brave rebel pilot, honored for his role in the Battle of Yavin, where he fought valiantly against the Empire's forces before ultimately perishing in the chaos of the battle. Though he received early recognition for his part in Star Wars, Klaff's career never reached the expected heights. He struggled to secure significant roles afterward, making only sporadic appearances in films and television, often relegated to minor roles. His personal life wasn't much brighter, as his marriage to actress Miriam Carlin ended in divorce in the 1980s, and they had no children. After years of disappointment and missed opportunities, Klaff faced financial and emotional struggles that prevented him from enjoying the fame that Star Wars had promised. Now 73, he lives a quiet, somewhat solitary life, a stark contrast to the hopeful young man he once was, leaving him with lingering regrets. Frank Oz, who voiced the iconic Jedi Master Yoda beginning in 1979 at the age of 35, became an indelible part of the Star Wars universe. His portrayal of Yoda, with a unique speech pattern and profound wisdom, made the character a symbol of hope and guidance. Despite his success with Star Wars and other projects like The Muppets, Oz faced many personal struggles. His marriage to Victoria Labama ended in divorce, and he later wrestled with feelings of depression and anxiety, aggravated by the intense pressures of fame and his demanding career. The emotional toll of his successes in the public eye led him to feel isolated and distant from his personal happiness. Although still active at 80, Oz has distanced himself from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life. His legacy is undeniable, but the personal cost of his fame and career lingers, as he reflects on the sacrifices made in pursuit of professional triumphs, leaving him with a sense of emotional emptiness. Clive Revill, who voiced the Emperor in The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 49, became the sinister voice behind one of cinema's most iconic villains. The Emperor, a master manipulator, remains a symbol of evil and control, but Revill's own life was filled with personal struggles. His marriage to actress Sian Phillips ended in divorce, and the emotional toll of their separation was felt deeply throughout his life. Despite his success voicing such an influential character, Revill's career struggled to maintain momentum, with few significant roles following Star Wars. His personal life, marred by the end of his marriage and the strain of the years, was marked by feelings of loneliness and a sense of unrealized potential. Now 94, Revill lives away from the public eye, reflecting on a career and life that never fully lived up to the promise of his early work. Julian Glover played General Veers in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 44. General Veers is a strategic and competent officer, known for his leadership during the Battle of Hoth and his command of the AT-AT walkers. While Glover achieved recognition in Star Wars, his career often felt overshadowed by his more famous co-stars. Off-screen, Glover faced personal tragedy with the breakdown of his first marriage to actress Isla Blair, a painful event that left him emotionally scarred. He later remarried, but the shadows of his past continued to loom over him, and his relationships never seemed to offer the happiness he sought. In his later years, Glover's struggles with loneliness and emotional isolation intensified, as he found himself distanced from both his professional life and personal connections. Now at 89 years old in 2025, Glover lives quietly, far removed from the limelight, a man haunted by the specter of lost love and missed opportunities. Kenneth Colley portrayed Admiral Piett in Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 42. Piett is a competent and loyal Imperial officer, known for his calm demeanor and ability to survive the cutthroat politics of the Empire. Colley's portrayal of Piett made a lasting impression on fans, but despite his work in Star Wars, his career never reached the iconic status of his fellow cast members. Off-screen, Colley's life was filled with personal turmoil, including the breakdown of his first marriage, which left emotional scars. The divorce deeply affected him, and although he remarried, the wounds from his past never fully healed, causing further isolation. Throughout his later years, he struggled to find fulfillment, both professionally and personally. Now at 87 years old in 2025, Colley lives in relative seclusion, a far cry from the fame of his earlier years, still grappling with the bitterness of unhealed wounds. John Morton played Dak Rotar in Star Wars, Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 32. Dak, a brave and optimistic rebel gunner, met his tragic end during the Battle of Hoth. His youthful enthusiasm cut short. Morton's career, although initially boosted by his role in Star Wars, never reached the heights of other actors in the franchise, and he was often relegated to minor roles. His personal life, too, was marked by deep disappointment. His first marriage ended in a painful divorce, and his dreams of fatherhood were never realized, as he struggled with relationships and emotional pain. Morton's second marriage also crumbled, leaving him with a profound sense of unfulfillment and isolation. Now at 77 years old in 2025, Morton lives a quiet, solitary life, haunted by regrets and the unfulfilled potential of both his career and personal life. His past is filled with the ghosts of unfulfilled dreams and relationships that never came to fruition. John Ratzenberger portrayed Major Derlin in Star Wars, Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back in 1979 at the age of 32. Major Derlin is a responsible and pragmatic officer, known for his role in overseeing Echo Base's operations and making difficult decisions to ensure its survival during the Battle of Hoth. Ratzenberger's career, particularly after Star Wars, was marked by continued success, but his personal life was marred by struggles with relationships. His first marriage ended in a painful divorce, and his efforts to find happiness through subsequent relationships were thwarted by deep emotional scars. Ratzenberger often found himself alone, grappling with loneliness despite his professional success. As he grew older, his sense of isolation became more pronounced, and he struggled to reconcile the fulfillment of his career with the emptiness of his personal life. Now at 77 years old in 2025, Ratzenberger lives in seclusion, far removed from his past fame, burdened by a quiet sorrow that shadows his later years. Who is your favorite character from Star Wars 4 and E? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.